fantastic evening, afternoon, prenoon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the Hasanabi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. Folks, we're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is a very special day. You already know what it is. You already know what's going on. You already know why it's a very special day. Some of you do, at least. Some of you don't. Is it because I have a special guest coming on today? Recording artist, legend, Miguel? No, that's not the reason. Is it because you guys are LA taco enjoyers and you're like, oh, finally a collab with a local legend, a local legendary group? Is that what it is? No, that's not the real reason. It's one of the reasons, but I think many of you know exactly what the reason for celebration is today, because it's a very special day every single time. It is a very special day of the week, every week that we celebrate.
It's Friday then.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday.
It's Friday then.
You already know what it is. It's freaking Friday, baby. You already know what it is. It is a very special day because our forefathers fought long and hard. Labor unions, trade unionists, socialists, communists, anarchists alike fought long and hard to make sure that we have a 5-day work week and then have a sense of autonomy, a sense of purpose, a reminder of our humanity on the weekends where we feel like goddamn independent human beings for once. For all the wage cucks out there, it's a freaking Friday, which is precisely the reason why we celebrate every goddamn Friday. The vibes are going to be immaculate. Everything is going to be fantastic, no matter what people say. And let's get a W unions. W weekend. W unions. That's right, folks. Anne burada konuşma lütfen. Başka bir yerde yap. Okay. Anyway, there's a lot of movement happening in the background in my home as well as always because, I got family members visiting because my brother's getting married soon. So you already know what it is. There's always motion and momentum happening right next to me as I'm streaming. It is what it is. It is what takes place. He looks like the happiest man on earth. He is, because it's Friday, baby, and you got to celebrate. All right. This is the part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news about what's going on in the world of Hasanabi Piker in between the time period where I press the stop streaming button and press the start streaming button. So help me God. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. Whew. All right. So it is 9/5, September 5th, 2025, 10:59 a.m. I'm actually early. I'm a little early. And I will not apologize for that, obviously. I just can't get away from you guys. And as far as personal news goes, last night I ended the broadcast, as you know, and then I mean, we had a bunch of Fs, we had a bunch of attacks. We basically had a bunch of issues with like the whole streaming situation, and in the aftermath of that, I was already a little discouraged, and I ended it a little bit earlier than I would. But that's also partially because we have the freaking Fear End podcast. We shot the Fear End podcast, everybody's favorite podcast. Fear End podcast is under fire, as a matter of fact, right now. So Fear End is under attack. Not only were the servers under attack, but Fear End is under attack. Okay. Cutie's crashout is going mainstream on Twitter. Y'all are cooked. Yeah, I know. I hope it brings like attention and eyeballs. I hope it brings attention and eyeballs to the actual podcast though, because it's really funny that normies watched it and they just like were yelling about us, and there's like hundreds of thousands of likes on it. But it's cool because like, maybe they'll just like investigate a little bit further and realize that we're good friends. A lot of girlies don't know y'all are friends. They're getting really mad at Will and you. Yeah, I know. It's funny though, because it's like, wait, did Hospaz delete it or something? Oh no, he didn't. He just posted, okay, damn. This one got 30K likes. Women should make misogynistic men cower in fear more often. Little bitch couldn't even look her in the eye. It's pretty wild. But we have a fun little bit today, or shot tonight. You should rage bait Cutie again over this clip. Law like kid. It's crazy how this post is taken off. Yeah. It's pretty funny though. People will just be like, people literally would just be like, this is exactly my experience with all of the misogynists that have hated on me for enjoying Taylor Swift. And it's like, well, you know, we're memeing, like we're rage baiting our friend who we love. Anyway, and not only is she our friend, but also our equal partner. In any case, look. There's so many. It's awesome. I think it's dope. I think this is the closest we've been to like a FaZe Clan style situation where we just like clip bait, we clip farm, and then it goes crazy. And then hopefully it increases the amount of viewership that we get for the pod. Brother, you guys are getting legit canceled? No, we're not, man. Shut up. It's just... No, dude, we're not. That's not a real thing, okay? That's not a fucking real thing. Please, don't be annoying about this shit, okay? Yeah, please, stop. It's just like memeing too close to the sun. I don't care. Anyway, hopefully it'll like I said, hopefully it'll turn into more viewership for the pod. That would be awesome. I think what a lot of people don't realize is that when you're friends in the real world, the audience's expectations or the audience's like reception of something that you see is not going to actually rip apart the dynamic that you have with your real world friends. You know what I mean? It can sometimes. It can test people's real existing relationships, but that doesn't, you know, it's not going to actually impact the real world friendship that you have. In any case, that's fun though. I like it. I think it's cool. I mean, it's, for me, this is nothing, but I feel bad for Will a little bit. I'll be honest. Cause like, you know, he's not super used to getting blistered like this, like being in the crosshairs like this. This for me is like any given. I mean, I get like Swifty saying I'm misogynistic is nothing in comparison to the American government. You know what I mean? Or the Israeli government using its Hasbara network to call me a fucking terrorist and demand I get deplatformed and maybe even arrested every day. So like for me, this is like this washes past me. This washes past me. Okay, yeah, see, I called it yesterday. New Yorker's also done it. The New Yorker trashed for inviting pro 9/11 radical Hasan Piker who called Israelis inbred to speak at a festival. Give him a helicopter ride to Gaza. This photo is so awesome. Are they baiting their audience into thinking that like I'm cool and I'm a radical because I'm wearing a Texas this is me LARPing as a J6er. Gloria Allred is quoted in this article. Gloria Allred? Wait, what? Gloria Allred is quoted in this article? Anyway, again, no motion, no momentum. Pro 9/11 radical is wild and potential libel, is it not? Guys, we don't live in the old world, okay? I think a lot of you guys don't understand this thing where you say like, dude, like, what are you doing? Sue these newspapers. It's the New York Post, brother. That's all they do. Like, all the replies are just horrifically Islamophobic. At a certain point, you get used to this stuff, okay? If you are a visible, high-profile Muslim doing any kind of political commentary, this is your life. This is your life forever. And this has been my life forever. I don't really give a shit. It's just right-wing propaganda. Who gives a fuck, you know? It's only as impactful as you make it. It's only as impactful as you. Isn't it just Islamophobia? Yes, of course. Of course. Of course. Also, I love the New York Post. As you guys know, it's my favorite newspaper. It's the most serious newspaper in the tri-state. It is the real democracy dies in the darkness newspaper. So, you know, shouts out to the New York Post. They're my goats. I love them. I will, of course, keep, you know, I need to get like what I need to do is get copies of these papers, like all of the ones where they've written about me, and just like put it together in a compilation, because I think it's sick. Was Cutie actually mad in the clip? Not really. I mean, it's just, it's. I mean, she did get annoyed about the Taylor Swift stuff for sure, but like, it's not, you know, it's not like something that is a deal breaker. Like, you know, yeah, we're rage baiting her. Yeah, but the clip is like, I mean, she's exaggerating her reaction here. We didn't even do it, like, which is funny because like she says it. I think she says it like right after the clip is done. But of course, that part never gets.
You know, Taylor Swift with you guys. I'm not even kidding. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it.
You know what?
We asked you about the biggest news in America, which is her engagement.
You guys are infuriating. So it's not like, oh, how exciting! What flowers is she gonna have? You're like, oh my God, Kitty, did you shit yourself? Did you shit in your little pretty pants? You stupid little bitch that love Taylor Swift. Did you drink your pumpkin spice latte and kick your stupid little Ugg boots in the air? You dumb little fucking cunt. Is that what you say to me? I don't like talking about Taylor Swift with you guys. I'm not even kidding. I don't like it. I don't.
She's so real for this, not gonna lie. Yeah, she was banging. I think I cracked it. Yes, I'm gonna talk about the 475 in custody from the Hyundai Ice Raid, man. I will. Hold on. Nah, brother, it's just funny. I think so too. I think it's great content. It's not. She was right and valid. I would have crashed out on you dunderheads too. See, this is what I mean. That like people don't understand it. It's not as serious. Anyway, how do you guys navigate those boundaries? Do y'all know it's always content? Yes, dude. What do you mean? This is such a funny question because it's like, this is like what you see on camera is oftentimes an exaggerated version, but also like we're friends. Like we spend time with one another off camera. We talk to one another about, you know, issues that we have in our lives. I don't know how it's been like 8 years and I still always try to describe to people that like what you see on camera and your interpretation of events is not always going to be correct. And that a lot can get lost in like the nuance. You're forgetting just how autistic your chat is, Abby. I don't think it's the autism of my community, honestly. But I think there is something that like, I think the internet just makes people's interpretation of things more neurodivergent because of the medium, okay? The medium itself is not up for, like the medium itself is not up for any sort of real interpretation. And because you just can't tell. What you see is what you get. And especially if it's like negatively framed, especially if you're like leaning in the direction of something like that, unless you literally say, I am joking over and over again, or like lights are flashing that says, this is a joke, this is a joke. People are most likely going to take it seriously. And even if they are different in their own assessment, in their own interpersonal assessments, in their own lives with their own friends, in the real world, they can't make that similar. They can't translate that assessment to like what they see online. And I fall into this trap every now and then. It's just like a part of the medium. You know, it is what it is. But like I said, I enjoy it. I think this kind of controversy is good. Hopefully they'll come in to watch Cutie Cinderella bravely defend feminism on the pod. And it will drive discourse, but then hopefully attention to the podcast as well. Also, it is funny when people literally are continuing to do this thing where they say, well, Cutie read her comment on the video. Cutie commented that she's no longer talking about Taylor Swift on the pod, though. It's definitely nuanced. The pushback is definitely because of the audience reaction. Like, once again, you are talking to a 34-year-old adult who spent last night with these people. Okay? Why do you think you know about this? Why do you think you know about this back and forth better than I do? This is what I will never understand. People will be like, nah, dude, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. That's right. Update on this. Efendim. Al. Ne oldu? Yine bir şey mi oldu? Oh my God. Here. Okay, no problem. They think you are doing damage control. I know. That's what's so... I don't even give a shit about this. Yeah, we're misogynistic and we're really fighting. You should check out the next episode to find out more. Okay? Yeah. And then people will be like, this is not a hill to die on. But... yeah, this is real. This did happen. Streamer Hasan reportedly put both his fingers in a Chinese finger trap and has been stuck for the past 5 hours. Oh, I didn't even talk about my personal news. So we shot the pod, and then I did the live stream like with Miguel. Miguel was live on his Instagram live. He was like doing a release. He's doing like an album release, a song release, and we promoted the stream that we're going to be doing today. And that was a lot of fun. And then I don't know. I've just been like really tired lately. So I passed out fairly quickly after that. And then I woke up early, but my trainer is pregnant, and today is his wife's due date. So we've been waiting for this moment. So it finally happened. So he's in the hospital, and so I was mpreg. My trainer, my male trainer is mpreg. First ever pregnancy of a man. So which is really amazing, which is awesome. But I got that message in the morning, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. Passed back out, even though I went to bed at like a super early time, like 11, right? I passed back out, woke up, I was late, and I was feeling so groggy. I was feeling so groggy and so shitty, and I was like, should I not work out today? Should I not work out today? Should I take advantage of this situation? But then I had, I have that dog in me as always. I said, nah, I still gotta go, because I will always feel better after I go and work out, and I'm so glad I did. And the reason why I'm explaining that to you is because I did end up going out and working out. Okay. And guess what? I feel great. I never skip the gym. Even when I'm tired, even when I'm feeling shitty, I never skip the gym, because when I actually end up going and working out, fat phobia wins again. That's not fat phobia, man. What the hell? You can be fat and go to the gym. But ultimately, it's always good. It's always good to just like push. And someone said, I'm fat. I love working out. Fat people work out. Exactly. That's me, baby. Fat in the gym all the time. Yeah, me too, honestly. But it's just like, no matter how lazy you feel, no matter how shitty you feel, going to the gym is always good, because it always makes me feel better. I don't know about you guys, but it always makes me feel better. So, fat, skinny, don't matter. Just getting some sunlight is good, because I get to do that because my gym is outdoors. Getting some sunlight is good. Human interaction is good. And most importantly, just like moving your body around is so freaking good, man. It makes me feel so goddamn good. And yeah, the last thing I want to show you, of course, is that like right after this is over.
Did you drink your pee?
Anyway.
Man, I feel like throwing trash at her right now.
Cutie,
Okay.
we don't have to talk about Taylor Swift. You have
That was scary.
You have a better,
You should be.
You have a
I'm sick and tired of you.
You have a better segment.
Wait, do you have anything to say about it, though?
I do have shit
It
to say
is
about
kind
it.
of the biggest news in the United States.
There's not. I personally feel, because I keep getting asked this, I really don't think there's much to say. I really don't.
No,
Are you happy for her?
No, I
She's
think we got a
engaged?
lot of smoke for the upcoming part of this Taylor Swift reaction, because yeah, I wanted to talk about it because you got Charlie Kirk being a f***ing dickhead. Austin was trying to what's really funny about this is Austin desperately trying to move the conversation aggressively because he wants this whole time in the background. Austin's like, please shut the fuck up. Just stop talking about Taylor Swift. Not because he's like worried about Cutie Cinderella or anything like that. It's because It's because he's got these guys waiting in my studio to do this bit. And it was incredible. It was an incredible episode. Banger episode. Spectacular episode. Those poor men waiting almost 50 minutes on Hasan's stream room. Yeah. It was awesome. But that's why he was trying to push the convo. But I guess there's a point where she basically says it's a fucking bit. Okay. I think, what is it, like around here or something?
Who obviously is very popular and incredibly supported.
That'd be a lot of children.
I think that
What is it? As I 4530s where Cutie says she likes farming rage clips. Yeah.
I don't remember. I just like farming those clips where I yell and then they cut it into something.
No, honestly, that one's gonna do really
I
well.
was running out of stuff to say. Yeah.
You knew there was men waiting? No, I didn't. I had no idea. You already talked about it, but I'm making a PowerPoint for Cutie and I'm going to destroy you and Will/J. Yeah. You need to start invoicing people for borrowing your takes. What is this?
And I will say, absolutely 100.
Wait, what the fuck? This guy is literally, I think this guy's a Nazi, chatter. Jesus is a Muslim tiger, Muslim TikTok. Yeah, this Kenneth O'Keefe guy is pretty sure, I'm pretty sure he's a Nazi. Okay. And not like, I mean, he listen. I don't know if that was before he like came out and about and was like talking about, you know, Hitler and stuff like that. But these guys do have the capacity. Nick Fuentes especially is a very dangerous person for that reason. Like, they have the capacity to make it seem like they have very reasonable takes. Like, they know how to communicate, especially in the clip culture that we exist in. It's virtually the opposite of the way I operate because of my fucking unimaginable haters, where like everything I say, people try to clip out of context in a negative direction. Everything they do, their audiences will clip positively within the confines of like acceptability. So you'll see like a clip of them making a lot of sense and you're like, hold on, this guy's cooking. I don't know anything about him. And then you see more and more of that and you're like, wait a minute, I like this guy. And then slowly but surely, he just, you know, talks about how it's not about, it's not about dividing America. It's about these elites that are dominating our lives. These multinational, multicultural, globalist elites. All of them happen to be Jewish. They're Jewish. They're Jews. So like, that's where it turns into. That's what it turns into. But for the uninitiated, for the average person that's just like constantly going through this information environment, this landscape where there's like an incredible faucet of misinformation coming at them from every direction, when someone is able to cut through that, convincingly, you kind of build an audience and build momentum for yourself. I happen to experience the exact opposite of that because both my fans and my foes alike love to clip me in a negative way to yell about me. So Philip DeFranco said he watches way more Nazi content now because he sees it as a huge blind spot in media. Yeah, he's right. I've always done this. Obviously, I am a person who is like constantly keeping tabs on what the fuck's going on in every facet, every ideological tendency in American politics, and obviously white supremacy. Hold on. I'm back. Are we getting, I think we might be getting attacked again. Is it just me? Like, I don't understand. I'm checking Kai Cenat and his shit's fine. So it literally just feels like it's a me thing, you know? That's really annoying. I thought it was just like, is a consequence of like Kai getting targeted or some shit. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one who's getting fucking targeted, you know? Kai has dedicated servers. No, you guys don't know anything. Please stop. Okay? You don't know anything. I'm sorry. You don't know anything. There are multiple points of failure in live streaming It's not my hardware. It's not my software. You don't know. I know what the problem is. Speed, Kai, all the top streamers that utilize a specific service got targeted last night because the service was getting overloaded. The service itself was getting DDoSed. Okay. And anyone that tries to figure out what is going on here and then like makes up their own mind and consistently talks about like, oh, it must be this or it must be that, you are incorrect. I know exactly what it is. I know what the problem is. I know where it's coming from. And it's just Hasan, the mighty narrative guardian, angering the demons again. I'm not subscribing for this shit. Awful service, bro. I mean, you don't have to. It's literally free. I was talking about Philip DeFranco. All right, let me just blast off real quick because I got a lot of